This is a Tornado Watch with your hosts, Molly Smith and Izzy Miller.
Hello, Tornado Nation. Thank you for joining us for the very first episodes of Tommy TV's Tornado Watch. I'm Molly Smith.
And I'm Izzy Miller.
Today's news includes a story on Eric and Lizzie Schaefer.
That's right, Molly. They're both very active in FFA and received the award of first place at the National Science Fair.
Taylorville is very proud of these two. Lizzie is here with us today to tell us all about the process and the experience. Thank you for joining us, Lizzie. Why don't you walk us through what your science fair project was?
So my brother and I actually took 46 of our own cattle, and we also had 5 extra cows that we used, and we artificially inseminated the eggs that were in these cows. And then we took those fertilized eggs out of those cows, and we distributed them between all of our recip cows that we have. And we use different shot methods in order to synchronize these cattle's heat cycles. So we tried to see which method was the best for these cattle, and we saw which cattle took the embryo and stayed bred. So we just used our ratios on that to see which method of fertilization or heat synchronization was better.
That went utterly over my head. Okay. Describe to us the process of the competition. Like, did you do interviews? How did that go?
So Eric and I really practiced a lot before we went to state, and then we had to qualify by winning state in order to go to nationals. So Eric and I were very excited to win state, and we had to work really hard to prepare for going to nationals. And once we got there, there were a lot of very good projects there. So whenever we actually had the chance to go into our interview room, we were both a little bit nervous, but we were really excited to share with them what we found in our experiment.
Well, it's definitely very impressive to compete on that level. So like you said, your partner is your brother. What's it like to be working with your brother this much? Is there sibling fights, or do you manage to keep it pretty professional?
Well, Eric and I actually have been getting along very good, so Eric and I really are a good partner team. We're kind of opposites in pretty much everything, so we work well together.
You balance each other out. That's good.
Yes.
And what was it like to be up on stage in front of all those people and hear first place, Eric and Lizzie Schaefer, Taylorville FFA chapter? What was that like?
Actually, as soon as the spotlight came on us and they announced third place and then second place, and we weren't third or second place, my eyes just kind of got pretty big, and my mom was standing behind us, and I just looked at her, and my eyes were huge, and I'm like, I can't believe this just happened. And I heard you and some other people out there in the crowd calling our names and stuff, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was there. I can tell you guys, it was an amazing experience. Well, thank you for joining us today, Lizzie.
Yep.
We appreciate having you on the show.
Thank you, Molly.
Right.
In other news, the French Club took a trip to see the Nutcracker at the fabulous Fox Theater last week.
One of the students that went on the trip said that they went because ballet and French go hand in hand. Mrs. Mazzotti wanted to give them an experience with the arts.
A student that we interviewed said she would love to see it again, saying, I could follow the storyline pretty easily and the actors made it engaging and entertaining to watch. As for entertainment, let's take it away to Zayman in the hallway.
Thanks, Izzy. I'm Zayman Beck, and we're going to ask Tornado Nation a few questions down in the hallway. What's your name?
I'm Mr. Kniff.
Okay. What meat did the natives bring to the first Thanksgiving?
I'm going to say turkey.
That's close, but it's deer.
Deer.
Yes.
Interesting.
What's your name?
Dylan Jones.
What meat did the Indians bring to the first Thanksgiving?
Deer.
That is correct. What's your name?
My name is Natalie Howard.
Can you answer a few questions for us?
Sure.
What meat did the Indians bring to the first Thanksgiving?
Deer.
That is correct. I'm here with...
Mr. Johnson.
What year was the first Thanksgiving?
Oh, 17... I don't know. When the Pilgrims landed, 1492, right? So I'm like, no, that's Columbus. 17 something. 17.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Meredith Repsher.
When was the first Thanksgiving?
1643.
That is incorrect. What is your name?
Trenton Lehman.
When was the first Thanksgiving?
1497.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It's 1621. When was the first Thanksgiving?
I do not know.
That's okay. When was the first Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade?
Oh, that I don't know.
Can you give a guess?
No. Let's see. 1894.
It's 1924.
I had some numbers that were right there.
When was the first Macy's Day Parade?
1950.
That is incorrect. When was the first Macy's Day Parade?
1947?
That is close, but it's 1924. What's your name, sir?
Daniel Sloan.
When was the first Macy's Day Parade?
No clue.
It was 1924. How long was our first Thanksgiving?
How long? A week?
Sorry, that's incorrect. How long was our first Thanksgiving?
3 days.
That is correct. How long was our first Thanksgiving?
3 weeks.
3 days. How long was our first Thanksgiving?
2 days.
That is close, but it's incorrect. Who declared Thanksgiving a national holiday? Which president?
I do not know.
It was Abraham Lincoln. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Which president made Thanksgiving an annual holiday?
Dwight D. Eisenhower?
No, that is incorrect. Which president made Thanksgiving an annual holiday?
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
That is incorrect. That was Abraham Lincoln. Which president made Thanksgiving an annual holiday?
Abraham Lincoln.
That is correct. Where was the first Thanksgiving celebrated?
Massachusetts.
Can you say the town?
Plymouth.
That is correct. Thank you. Where was the first Thanksgiving celebrated?
In the United States.
That is technically correct. I'll count it. You're really tall. Where was the first Thanksgiving celebrated?
At Plymouth Rock,
Can you give a state?
Massachusetts.
That is correct.
I knew that one.
Back down to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Eamon.
Here's a cutting edge story for you. Cole Pollack has cut his hair for an experiment in his English class.
The class was reading The Gift of the Magi, which is a story about a couple that is struggling to find a gift for each other for Christmas because they didn't have much money.
The couple decided to sell their most valuable possessions to get money, and the woman ended up cutting off her hair. After Cole read the story, he wanted to see what that would be like. This is what he has to say about the experiment.
So tell us, why did you cut your hair?
Well, we were talking about it in an English class one day about how fast hair can grow back in a period of time. And at that time, I had quite a bit of hair on top of my head, so we decided I would be the best test example.
Is that it? You read The Gift of the Magi, right? Was that
Yes.
Did that play into it at all?
Yes. Reading The Gift of the Magi gave us the idea of cutting someone's hair to see how fast it would grow back, since one of the main characters cut her hair to sell for money.
The first few days, how did people react to your hair being cut?
They were surprised because they didn't think I would actually go through with it, but once I'm challenged with something, I normally go through with it.
How short was it cut?
So it went from 2 5/8 of an inch to 1/2 an inch.
So like maybe that much?
Yes, very
That's
short.
pretty short. When do you think you're going to end the experiment?
We have a definite date. December 1st will be the final measuring day for how long it's grown in the past month.
How much of a difference do you think you'll see on December 1st?
I'm thinking at least 1.5 inches.
1.5 inches. It's great. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
Now on to celebrity doppelgangers within the school. Now, to me, that seemed like the last one was Anna from Frozen, and also Anna from Frozen. So what's the story there?
Well, I just got finished doing Frozen Junior at the Little Theater on the Square, and I played Anna, so that was really fun.
Anna.
And their Adams Family's coming up this spring here at Taylorville High School. Auditions are in January, so make sure you audition.
There you go. Get involved with your local school musical.
So Molly, what's going on in the THS sports world right now?
Taylorville High School has officially closed out our fall sports for the season. Our football team reached the playoffs this year, and we are very proud of all of their efforts in the season. They are aiming for their 8th straight playoff appearance. So, if anyone wants to commit to the offseason, contact Mr. Held. Our cross-country runners had a very successful season as well. Junior Chris Cherry advanced to state, where he was named an all-state runner. Congratulations to Chris Cherry and all of our cross-country runners on your successes. Moving on to the golfing world, our golf teams also have had a very competitive season this year. Good job, golfers, and we appreciate all of your efforts. The Taylorville High School girls swim team competed in their sectionals meet last weekend. They had a great season. Congratulations, swimmers. And finally, Taylorville is very proud of our Lady Tornadoes volleyball team. They competed in regionals and had an amazing season. Way to go, ladies. A special shout out to all of our senior athletes. Thank you for dedicating part of your high school career to Taylorville sports. We are very proud of you all. Stay tuned for Tommy TV's coverage on all winter sports throughout the year. And that is all for today's Tornado Watch. I'm Molly Smith.
And I'm Izzy Miller.
Thanks for tuning in.
You're watching Tommy TV.